It's hot. It's hot, and that's because your soulmate is probably hot. Okay, we're just gonna have to come out and say this. Your soulmate is into some interesting things. Who is your soulmate? Where are they? Why haven't you found them yet? Stay tuned, because in today's Pick a Card, we're gonna answer these questions, and probably even some we didn't even know we had. And remember, a soulmate can be like a long lost best friend. It can even be a business partner. So even if you're not looking for new love, pop, 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 this reading can still be for you. Let me tell you a little secret. I found my soulmate almost 15 years ago, my husband, through a law of attraction method they now call scripting. I don't think it was called that back then. But I met him, like I said, about 15 years ago. And we've been married for 11 years. And if you're interested in me doing a video about law of attraction and scripting and how I manifested my husband on a silver platter, basically out of thin air, comment down below. Welcome back to my channel, Suburban Magic, where you'll find the most accurate and entertaining pick a card readings and also videos on spiritual development. If that sounds good to you, why don't you join the Woo crew and hit the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. I'm Amanda, and I'm here to help you make the mundane a little more magical. I've been doing tarot card readings since 2004. Spooky readings, intense readings, powerful readings, funny readings, weird readings. Sometimes it gets weird, y'all. Now, I read every comment that you guys put down below because I do believe it helps me to connect with you guys more energetically so I can bring forth more accurate and relevant readings for you guys. So make sure you comment below so I can lock in on you. All right, it's time to make some magic. It's time to pick a pile. The timestamps are below, and don't be scared. Don't be scared when it comes time to pick your pile. Take a couple of deep breaths. If you pick the wrong pile and you feel like you're not vibing with that stack, don't worry about it. Go back. Pick another pile. It's not life and death. We'll get through this together, I promise. Now, this is pile number 1 right here. I learned my lesson on the last video. I did it backwards. Pile number 1, we got you right here. You're in this energy vortex. Zoom in on that. Pile number 2, I got you. I got you right here. Pile number 2, is this you? Let's go for it. Pile number 3, you are last but not least. I know you are holding some surprises for us. Hi, pile number 1, please remember to comment if you picked this pile and how it resonated so I can connect with you better. I read every comment. And also remember, these are general reads, so keep what resonates and what you feel tuned into and reject what doesn't. Not everything will be for every single person watching. Now, if you are interested in a personal reading, please check the description box below with information on how to contact me for rates and availability. Now, let's find out who and what and why and where your soulmate is. Pile number 1, are you ready for this? You guys might be falling in love with the dramatic type, with the artistic type, with a dreamer, with an expresser, with someone who feels their emotions and is able to express beauty and art like no other, but who also can be a little bit dramatic, can overthink things, can overdo things, and can be caught up in their own mental activity. You are with a passionate, maybe eccentric, spiritual / artist / like actor, someone dramatic, this type of person. This is your soulmate. Musician comes to mind, someone who's like a traditional artist, who's like painting, someone who does art on YouTube even, or on social media. Or it's someone who has a traditional work, but it has the soul and heart and mind and body, whatever that means, of an artist. Okay, your soulmate is the artistic type. This is what is coming out for you. Take it all in. Breathe it all in. Don't panic or don't rejoice yet, because we need to talk about what leads you down this path. So how may you guys meet? What are the circumstances under which you guys become acquainted with each other? We got the Two of Swords. Okay. This is interesting because you might find yourself choosing between two different things, two different careers, two different people. That's what I'm mostly seeing. Choosing between two different people. You may have a choice. And guess what? You're going to choose your soulmate when this comes up. It may be even like a fight. Like someone may be fighting over you. Two different people, both very different. And sometimes you may feel yourself just totally caught in the drama and in between both of them. I know some of you guys are like, Amanda, two people are not going to be fighting over me. What the hell are you talking about? Trust me, there's going to be some kind of situation where you feel caught in the middle. It's almost like a love triangle in a way. I mean, this does make two different triangles in the imagery of this. Actually, four different triangles, honestly. But this is a love triangle type energy. At first, you're not really sure who to choose or what to choose. So something about that might mean if two people are not necessarily fighting between, over you, you may be fighting for someone else. You may see them from afar, and there may be someone else in the picture, and you may be putting them in the middle. This could also be happening. What also could be coming up is some type of decision point that leads you to them. So we're talking about like under what circumstances, like how, when, where you might meet them. This might be like you're trying to choose between two different colleges, and the college you choose is where your soulmate's going to be. Or you may be choosing between two different places to live, apartment complexes, jobs. You may even be choosing between two different people, two different other people, and that friend, business partner, associate, they lead you to your soulmate. So whatever, if you see yourself, find yourself in this predicament as something that smells like a love triangle, or looks like a love triangle, or looks like an impasse, or where you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place, or you're stuck in between two different choices, your little antenna, your little soulmate twin flame antenna should be popping out of your little head like a little alien, knowing that, oh my God, something might be about to happen that's magical. Now, when we talk about why maybe you haven't met them yet, or what obstacles are standing in between you and them actually meeting up in the near future, or maybe medium to far future, this is what comes up. You got the Oracle card from the Moon deck. Proper rest helps me feel and look my best. This is all about rest. Let's see if this can focus. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. You also got oppression reversed, which is the Devil card in the traditional tarot. The Devil card, but they're reversed. So what this means to me is that there's some addictive, there's several things that could be happening. So please lock in on what resonates with you the most. First of all, you may be so obsessed with this idea of a soulmate and of a twin flame, of some type of higher level relationship, that you are blocking your progress towards it because it's this energy of desperation or intense attention that's coming from a place of like, will it happen? Won't it happen? What do I need to make it happen? Like this intensity that's kind of pushing it away. Like it's causing some kind of tension there. It's not allowing the energy just to go ahead and come on and move into your life and make itself at home. So this could also be representing some addictions or some obsessions or some ways in which you have bound yourself to a certain ideal about finding your soulmate or about how relationships should be. You could also just have some regular old addictions you need to clear out of your life before the new energy can come in. When we get these together with the Devil reversed, basically oppression reversed, clarified by proper rest helps me feel and look my best, it tells me that you need to come back to you and focus on you and give it a rest. Take a break for a hot minute. Take a little break, okay, guys? Take a little break. Retreat back from this energy of intensity and searching and yearning. Give back to yourself, develop yourself a little bit, release some addictions or some obsessions or just some annoying habits that you have. Could be represented by the devil, especially since he's reversed. It's telling you, release these things. Release yourself from any preconceived notions about who your soulmate should be, could be, would be. You're going to get, I'm just going to tell you this, you're getting a very mental and fiery person. There's going to be ups and downs, but this is a beautiful person for you, and it's the perfect person for you. The perfect person is coming through as your soulmate. I'm just getting a little bit of sometimes I get a little bit of a tangent or a download, but the most beautiful person is coming in for you because this is really what is needed for you on your soul journey at this moment. And even if at first the intensity seems like a lot, it is going to unlock things within you and bring things out within you that allows you to like bloom and grow. So that was just an aside that came through. Okay, my camera just glitched, and sometimes that happens when we're recording these kinds of videos. Nobody panic. I'm not sure where it cut off, but I'm sure I'll fix it. I hope. Okay, so I'm very excited, pile number 1, about your advice card because it fits in perfectly with what we've seen so far. Your advice card mentions, I'll just read it to you, I am well-rounded, and there's a lot of red here. This is base chakra energy, and there's a lot of orange, sacral chakra energy. I'm well-rounded. My skills and capabilities enrich my life and those around me. This tells me that your advice is to develop yourself first a little bit, like we talked about in your blocks. You need to release some things, to move on from some things. You need to become who you are before you can merge with this person. It's not about finding this person to complete you, although you will grow from a lot of the things they bring out in you and a lot of the ways that their energy comes and presents into the relationship and builds on the dynamic or contributes to the dynamic. Is going to cause you to learn and grow in many, many ways. But you do need to become a little bit more well-rounded first. There are some things in you that the edges need to be sharpened off a little bit. So we're talking about round, not just like well-read or well-educated or well-versed in the world or had many experiences. We also mean those rough edges that you have need to be sanded off a little bit. That might take a little bit of weathering. You may weather a few storms. You may learn a few lessons. You may have to chop off a few bad habits that keep those rough edges on you and smooth that out a little bit. But this is your advice. So the sooner you work on this and attain some kind of well-roundedness, whatever that means for you, the sooner your soulmate or your twin flame, your divine partner, your divine best friend, or the perfect business partner, maybe spiritual business partner, artistic business partner is going to come into your life. Wow. What an amazing read. I can't wait to hear in the comments how or why this resonates with you. And remember, pile 1, if anybody ever tries to make fun of you for buying your sage at a Whole Foods, you can tell them that I told them that they can suck your right. Sorry, I had to say it. It had to be said. Is this you? Are you pile number 2? Welcome, pile number 2. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's getting hot in here. Pile number 2 is about to light it up. Remember, if you pick this pile, comment down below so I can better connect to your energy. I do read every single comment. Also, these readings are general. So keep what resonates, reject what doesn't. And if you're interested in a more specific, tailored reading just for you, check my description box below on information on how you can contact me about availability and rates for a personal reading. Just you and me. Okay, this first section over here, we're going to start with who your soulmate is. Then we're going to talk about how or under what circumstances they may be revealed or you may encounter them. Then we're going to talk about some of your blocks or the reason why you haven't yet hooked up, met with them. Then you have an advice card at the very end to let you know what you might need to do to speed this thing up a little bit or make sure you get the intended outcome that you would prefer. So, first card we have here, who are these people? Oh my gosh. This is hilarious because this is the Mood Tarot deck. It says it's all fun and sex games until you have to pee. This is the Eight of Swords. Okay, this is the Eight of Swords. Can you see that there? Let me see if I can get behind here and I can zoom in on it. Eight of Swords, and it's clarified by the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration, and timing. Integration time, okay? It's time. The person you're going to meet is adventurous, out there. The person you're going to meet is spiritual, probably. And if they're not spiritual, they are philosophical. They're very into these types of things. I'm just going to be honest, you guys. The person you're into is going to be very sexual, into more kinky. If you're young and watching this, hopefully this is going to happen for you a little bit later. It's hot. It's hot, and that's because your soulmate is probably hot. Okay, we're just going to have to come out and say this. Your soulmate is into some interesting things. Into some kinky things, maybe. Into some kinky things that even have to do with spirituality, like Kama Sutra type stuff. This person has Eight of Swords, bondage. And when we're asking about who they are, there's somebody who is a little bit locked up in their own mental reality, but they're going to ignite within themselves and you, the blue flame. And this might come through some kind of Kundalini awakening, if you know what that is, some Kama Sutra type techniques, some Tantra type techniques. I didn't know this was going to go here, but your soulmate is kind of hot in bed. And the way they're going to be bringing soulmate energy into the relationship is through this kind of blue flame, awakening, enlightening, sexy time experiences. So, I wasn't expecting this. I don't know if you were, but this is what's coming through. There's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of sparks. I mean, literally sparks, blue flame, and lightning, explosions. Okay, we might be talking about a twin flame situation here, but that's who your soulmate is. Buckle up, buckos, because it's coming your way. Oh my God, I'm serious. I am actually hot from this. It's not a hot flash, I swear. Now, I wonder under what circumstances are you going to encounter them and meet them? It's going to be the Four of Cups. Oh my God. This could mean a couple of things for you guys. So for some of you guys, this means that you're going to be in this kind of bored, apathetic, like you're not even into love anymore. You're not even into relationships anymore. You're just like over it all. You're not interested. You're rejecting offer after offer after offer, or you're just not even seeking anything out. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're going to appear. Now, for some of you guys, this is going to mean that on first glance or even second or third glance, you're going to reject them. Like you're not interested at all. But finally, something will happen that makes you change your mind. And you will accept their cup of love, so to speak. It's going to be coming for you. So that is very interesting. If you find yourself in a situation where it may be the last person that you thought about getting together with business, best friends wise, and especially lovers wise, soulmates, romantic partners wise. The last person and you keep rejecting them and they honestly keep trying. So good for them, bless their hearts. They keep trying and eventually it happens. If not that, it's just you're just not even looking for love at all. And all of a sudden it comes into your environment and it just, boom, happens for you. These two scenarios are very likely for you guys to be the circumstances under which your soulmate is coming into your life. So what is some of the blocks? Some of the reason Okay, it's coming in more clear now. Some of the reason you haven't been able to find your soulmate so far is that you are actually so strong, steady and strong within yourself. Even if you don't feel this consciously, there is a depth to you. There's a depth to you that is churning and probably emerging or well established. You got, I'm courageous, steady, and strong. This is from the Moon deck, I think. Gosh, I forget the names of these. And this is the Empress card from the Tarot. She's the manifester. She's the Mother Nature. She's Mother Earth. She is through which all things come. She's also someone who might just be enjoying her own company a little too much. A little too much. You might not mind being on your own, which is fine. Like, this is not like a judgment. This is just an explanation of why maybe there's not space right now, or hasn't been space traditionally in your life for your soulmate. Now, this isn't just any relationship, your soulmate to make their way into your life and set up and establish themselves in your life. Because you are pretty strong and resourceful on your own. You kind of can make your own magic, make your own destiny, make your own things happen. You're pretty strong. You may be strong-willed. You may be stubborn. So when we start to turn and tilt a little bit towards what some negatives here, you may be a little stubborn and locked in on your own way and how things should happen. You might not be interested in someone who comes in with chaotic energy, sorry, your soulmate is going to come in with some lovely but chaotic energy to awaken you from your slumber, from your strong lion resting in the African sun slumber, okay? You're going to be woken up. They're going to wake up the lion, okay? They're going to wake him up. So, when we, I'm going to get something for you here. I think something's coming in. Because you are more of that steady, strong type, really kind of grounded in yourself and who you are, pretty confident deep down, confident about what you're able to create in your life and like what kind of life you can set up for yourself and your friends and your networks and your stability and your security. You're not going to be one that would depend on someone else coming in, some other relationship, even a business partner, friendship, or romantic soulmate connection. Not going to depend on that energy coming in to, quote, make your life. So in some ways, it may feel or look or seem from the universe's point of view, from God's point of view, as if things are pretty settled and there's not exactly a space for this person yet to come in and set up shop in your life to take you to an even higher level. Because you've still been developing these baser primal levels of security, confidence, and belonging. Some of the reason why they're not here yet is because you're not ready yet to be jolted in a somewhat, like I said before, chaotic manner into the higher echelons of your spiritual development, because this person is going to take you there. This person is going to take you there. Now, your advice card comes in. It fits in perfectly. It says, I am triumphant. I celebrate all victories, big and small. So when we look at your advice, it's encouragement to continue building and establishing yourself and your confidence and your personality and your ego development. So you might be a younger person. You don't have to be. Continue to allow this thing to congeal and to gel. Because in your triumphs, you're going to be having victory after victory as you accomplish certain things. You're going to be manifesting and accomplishing things for yourself in life. You might be setting up your life before it's time for this person to come in and shake things up. Before it's time for this person to come in and lighten the load and lift the energy a little bit from survival and from growth. Because the Empress is in number 3, and she's very much about establishing and setting up a foundation on which to build a life. in a steady and strong way. So you're being called to enjoy these achievements. I would say enjoy these achievements of setting up your life on your own. Celebrate them. Having this energy of triumph and celebration is only going to speed and hasten your soulmate to you. It's only going to speed this process up. The more achievements, the more victories that you experience in life. Go for those wins, I guess, is what the cards are trying to tell you. This advice card is go for those wins. Go for those wins in life. Go ahead and build this amazing life. Become the emperor or empress of your life. This is what needs to happen before this person with magical energy comes in to rock your world, shake things up, help you grow, and shoot you into the atmosphere, the stratosphere of spiritual enlightenment and awakening, believe it or not. That's coming for you. All right, pile number 2. That was an amazing, surprising, and interesting read. What an interesting person you are, and what an interesting person that's coming into your life. And I told all the other piles this. Remember, you guys, stay true to yourself. And if someone tries to call you out for buying sage at Whole Foods, you can tell them where to go. You can tell them I told you to tell them to go there. Hi, pile number 3. You are last but not least. And wow, you have an interesting soulmate coming for you. This is going to be a romantic partnership, romantic lover, best friend, or business partner. And I can't wait to get into your reading. Remember, if you picked this pile, please comment down below that you did and how it resonated with you. And this is a general reading, so please keep what resonates and what vibes with you and reject what doesn't make sense, okay? This is for a lot of different people watching, but if you're interested in something more specific, tailored just for you, just you and me, a reading between you and me, check the description box below for information on how to contact me about my availability and my rates. All right, you guys, let's make some magic happen. Okay, so first of all, here's where we're going to start. We're going to start right here where, who is your soulmate? Like, what kind of person are they? Then we're going to continue here with how, under what circumstances might you find yourself coming into contact with this person. Then we're going to go over some of our blocks or reasons why you guys are not yet unioned, hooked up together. And then we're going to go over your advice card. So, first of all, we got the Sun card. And we got the You Are Not Alone Oracle card. So let me read these to you. First of all, the Sun card has some funny comments on it because it's from the Tarot Mood deck. So it's pretty hilarious. I don't know if you can read any of that, but it's like a baby on a horse saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy." And the sun's like, yeah. Anyway, the sun is making sarcastic comments about, "Oh, I love my kids." It's so hilarious. It says happiness and shiz. So you also got that clarified by an oracle card that says you are not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. So what these two cards together tell me that you're going to fall in love with a social butterfly who is used, and may have some Leo energy here, is used to getting all of the attention. And that may be because they are in a position that gets a lot of attention. We're talking about political leaders, actors, stars, artists, YouTube people, even social media influencers, that kind of vibe. This is a person who needs attention, seeks attention, and then gets attention. Is probably quite lovely to look at, and is very connected through a community and feeds off the energy that comes at them from their community. We got to talk about positives and negatives. So good looking, very charismatic, very used to getting attention and knows how to handle the attention, and desires and craves and requires attention. Very good though at connecting because of this charisma. Good at connecting with a larger community or a larger cause or organization. Even if they're just working like a corporate job, they are like rounding up the passion of other people and leading, their department or their industry in a new direction. They're very charismatic and they can be on the cutting edge of things just because they really always need to be out there in the spotlight to exist. This is their existence, okay? So they need this attention, this feedback, and they get it. They get it. They're part of a larger community and maybe even a leader of a community. So that's your soulmate. Were you expecting that? Please comment down below. We're expecting to be in with a social butterfly slash star slash it's funny too because you get this. Okay, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, but you do have the star reversed in your blocks. We're gonna talk about that. So under what circumstances though will you guys meet? You get the 7 of Wands, which means one of you or both of you may be defending your own turf, may be defending your own point of advantage or leverage. You may be beating off the haters. So at some point, I could see the one specific scenario that may be relevant for some of you guys, and you won't know it till it happens. But one of you guys is going to be like seeing them struggle in the public limelight, maybe being like hashtag canceled or being attacked by quote haters. And you're going to this is how you're going to find out about them or come into the contact with them. Maybe you're going to be helpful in some way. You also, though, another scenario that may come up is you guys might kind of be in the same industry or both wanting spotlights, and one or both of you is going to be defending your turf against them or somebody else. Kind of a lot of competition. You may meet playing a game or at a casino, or there's something about game playing. There's something about competition. There's something about defending your own turf or defending your own vantage point or your own, the pedestal that you're on, defending that, wanting to remain there. Back off haters, back off, even competitors. There's just a highly competitive either industry. You might be in an industry that's highly competitive where this flame between you and them is going to ignite. Competition, friendly competition even, is going to be the circumstance under which you two connect. So what that tells me is, I can't stop smiling. Oh my gosh, this person and this whole union is going to be so much about happiness. The Sun card is all about happiness. And literally my face hurts from smiling. I'm not even joking. So there's going to be so much happiness and joy in this relationship. But there's going to be so much friendly competition and sometimes not so friendly. But let me talk about your blocks or maybe why you have not met them yet. So there's a chance that your stardom or your visibility isn't to the point where it needs to be at, where they're going to be able to notice you. You haven't yet hit that quote star level. This does not literally mean you're going to be like a star or even an influencer, but you actually may very well be. But something about the way you look or the way you come across or the connections you have right now and the circles you circulate in or the communities that you circulate in online and in real life, you're not at a point where you're even going to be visible to this person yet. They're not going to be able to see you yet for whatever reason. And also, we have boundaries coming in here. Boundaries is clarifying this. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. Something about not being so attainable is a nice way of putting it. Saying no to some people. Don't give everyone access to you. And I know you're like, Amanda, then how am I going to be visible? You have the star reverse. We're going to talk about one of the other aspects of this in one moment too, in just a moment. And it's probably going to be this and that is going to be relevant for you, for most of you guys. But healthy boundaries, like don't let everyone have access to you. Maybe you are letting too many people have access to you right now, and it's not allowed. You need to be more choosy. There's something that needs to develop in you where you up your game, you become more visible in your school or your organization where you work or even in your community. You're going to become more visible, but you're going to have to cut off some of that access, which might make you seem hard to get, but this is part of the game. Remember, we're talking about games and competition here. Games and competition. Someone might literally have to fight for you. Someone might literally have to fight for you too. When I look back here again under the circumstances under which you guys will meet, someone might have to fight for you, might have to fight for them. So, because 7 of Wands is very much about fighting or fending things off or defending oneself or fighting for something that you want. So these cards also mean, this is important, stay with me. Stay with me. you might need to become comfortable with letting someone else take the spotlight, letting someone else shine more than you. More than you. The star reverse tells me that you may have a problem with that because of your competitive nature. But your soulmate, and the energy that they're going to bring into your life and into your union that elevates you to even higher levels, believe it or not, before they can make their appearance and come in and establish themselves in your life, you need to become a person that is comfortable not being so competitive, or even if you are still competitive, letting someone else win or save the day every once in a while. All whilst maintaining your boundaries. So don't become a different person for someone else, which you won't. So this is something else you're worrying about. You need to establish within yourself a sense of inner values and integrity so that other people coming in, and you might get some practice with some future relationships who are not your soulmate. You may get some practice at this, but they come in and affect your life in a certain way, and you need to stay centered in what is important to you, valuable to you, and have inner integrity with who you are. Not let other people come and mold you and shape you into what they want you to be and steer you this way or steer you that way. So right now you're working on becoming this person that is pretty steady and knows who they are as a person so they can let someone else shine. There it is. Thank you, Spirit. You need to be solid with your boundaries and solid with your sense of self so that you can become more comfortable with letting someone else come in who's just as shiny and sparkly and charismatic or just talented. If you're not the social butterfly or you're not that kind of person, that you're as comfortable letting someone else come in who is competent or capable or efficient or productive or magical or intuitive or artistic as you. Letting someone else come into your space, be with you, and still shine like the sun that they are. Because you'll be so rooted and grounded in your own self and what you do and what your magic is that you're going to be able to allow someone else to be the star every once in a while. Hope that makes sense. So, your advice card is I am irresistible. When I rise into my confidence, I attract positive people and opportunities. What were we talking about there? When we're talking here about your blocks and about becoming more solid in yourself, boundaries, confident, not letting other people sway you. So you're solid in your own stardom that you can let someone else shine. This says when you rise in your confidence. So allow this process to happen. Allow these blocks and these development milestones to happen. This is your advice. Because the more confident and rooted in yourself and your own abilities and your own stardom and your own sunshine, the more visible you will become. Remember, we talked about too at the beginning, you may not be visible yet to this person. The more visibility you're going to have, the more irresistible you're going to be. Irresistible. So you're supposed to be raising your profile in whatever way that means, establishing your boundaries and rooting yourself in who you are, becoming your own star. But again, having that confidence to let other people also shine before your other star, your other sun, your soulmate can come in and play with you in the game, in the competition, in the fun. You are going to be irresistible, so you probably likely have a little spark of charisma in you. Something about you draws people in. Something about your talents or your abilities draws people in. Your presence. Wow, what a magical reading for you guys. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, I'm telling all the piles this. If anybody ever tries to call you out on getting your sage, your burning sage at Whole Foods, you can tell them to go kick rocks. Tell them I sent you to tell them that. As a matter of fact, here with this. Oh my God, it is, isn't it? Okay. Your soulmate is surely hiding. They surely are. Come out, boo. He goes, oh my God, I hate this. Oh no, which one's pile number 2? Didn't think that one through, did you, Amanda? Is that your vibe? Join the tribe. I'm sorry that rhymed. I had to. No, what? I don't know if I can deal with all that energy right now. Okay, you can show yourself, but it might get edited out. Who is she?